The idea of nuclear talks with Iran, combined with the prospect of fraudulent elections coming up in June, and then you add on to that human rights abuses, those three things seem to hang together very well. But let me just pause here and say that the story behind the story of these three things, the talks and the abuses and the elections, is the impact the Syrian civil war is having on Iraq. It's not just what happened in Libya or Tunisia and Egypt. It's right next door in Syria that is spilling over into Iraq. And one of the main effects of the civil war in Syria is to place the Iranian regime in a much less strategically advantaged situation than it had before. The strategic situation for the regime has diminished. In fact, what has happened is that Iran is playing off of its back foot now. Well, it's now time to reset policy away from focusing on the Iranian regime and focus on the Iranian people. It's time to pivot away from the regime-focused policy to a people-focused policy. And the Arab uprisings and the June 2013 election in Iran offer Washington a window of opportunity it didn't have before. I've argued that the president should empower the expatriate supporters of the Iranian street. The expats are very important. Why are they important? Because they give you an indication of who's on the ground in Iran supporting what kind of opposition groups. It just happens that this office represents more people in Iran than other opposition groups. Why can I say that? Because of the number of people who attend the rallies that support the National Council of Resistance of Iran. That's one indication. Another reason that I say that Iranian street supports the National Council of Resistance of Iran is because the street is it's because the NCRI gets attacked by the regime more than all the other opposition groups. One of the things we discovered is that the Mujahideen organizations are attacked in the regime media 350% more than all other opposition groups combined. These meetings will send a political signal to the regime that all options are truly on the table. But the most important option for the regime, which is regime change.